Hey y'all, Bush here. 2 weeks ago, I talked about the future of Garden Warfare, a retrospective video, and why you should play it, with a lot of new potential ideas and mechanics for certain aspects of the game. But today, I want to talk about the small glimmer of light for this franchise, but also the downfall. To catch you up all to speed, the Skid Hacker Group 2 weeks ago have gotten a hold of the dev kit, and went around banning people in Garden Warfare 1, Garden Warfare 2, and Battle for Neighborville. Even though Garden Warfare 1 did look like the safest version of the game to play on PC, I am not 100% sure, because I heard they were scanning out for players to ban who was streaming, hence why I stopped streaming the game. But despite all this chaos, there was a bit of hope that did appear in the next 2 weeks. An EA community manager said they are looking into a solution, but they don't have a solution yet. Despite it not being the best of news, it's better than being radio silent for ages. Plus, to also recap, the last time PVC Twitter was active was July of this year, and the last video on their YouTube channel was 3 years ago. It also doesn't help that PopCap isn't really working on the game anymore, especially on PVZ2. That game has been given over to a Chinese company. What I'm trying to say is, PopCap is dead. And EA's greediness is its downfall, because as much as I enjoy the sticker packs, it is a kid-friendly version of loot boxes. If you don't believe me, here's different loot boxes in all different games that EA owns. And not only in Garden Warfare, EA's greed goes to PVZ2 for the mobile. Look at all these prices, they're so expensive for what? Plans costing $7-8 to use once? And the gameplay issues and bugs, don't get me started with that. There's so many unbalanced characters, and since there's no one working on the game anymore, we will never get them balanced. And hackers are everywhere. Sometimes it's funny things, or sometimes it's unbearable to play at times. And I still think a lot of the time that Garden Warfare would have been so good with more DLC. Not to the first game, but more to the second game. And I have a whole video getting planned out of like potential collaborations they could have done, or new game modes, but that's for that video. But what I'm trying to get at is Garden Warfare 2, especially, a part of me feels like they had more ideas they wanted to do, but they had to give it up. It shows for Battle for Neighborville. They had a great unreleased characters that will never see the light of day. Yeah, people can mod or hack them into the game, but in an official release update, it will never happen. AA is so greedy, they are willing to end a whole game development for their own greed. Just imagine the amount of maps that were also planned, but left in the water, never to be seen again. It's really awful, and it's just very off-putting as a community. But the question is, how is the community holding up? Well, there's still huge love for the franchise, and the amount of hope there is still there through the darkest moments. We've still made videos, video essay streams. Straight up, Zach Scott, of all people, has made over 700 videos on the Shooter franchise and over 1,000 videos on the PVC2 game. With more than 10,000 views on each video, it shows that people still love this game. Other creators, like my personal favorite, Zero X Fusion, still makes videos on Plants vs. Zombies, and still has a viewer base for it. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to interview one of them to ask what makes them keep making videos on Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare, the mobile games, and much more. But I'm getting off track, we'll reach that line when we get there. Point is people still love this game. And the video essays that are on YouTube accumulate millions of views, and it's just incredible. And it shows that this game has a place in someone else's heart, including mine. I will keep holding on to that hope till the time comes, because I love this franchise. But you may be asking, what do the developers think of this? Well, that's the rough part. All the developers have gone on to work on different projects for EA. George Fan, the original creator of PvZ, was let go years ago, but has publicly stated that he will 100% return to the franchise if EA gave back all the rights and make a proper sequel to the franchise with no microtransactions. And I hope they do. I wish for PopCap to come back, and truthfully, EA gives up the PvZ IP, unless they have a change of heart and return it. But let's be honest here, this is EA we're talking about. They're never going to do that. Sometimes I wish I had $1 billion lying around to buy the IP, but I'm not Mr. Beast, nor a big corporation. And in case you're wondering, PvZ was bought, more specifically PopCap was bought for $750 million. So I do hope some big company out there is willing to see hope in this franchise or buy it. So the conclusion is I'm sad about this franchise and where it is now. We wouldn't really be a good community if we forgot about it. A lot of people still play this game on console, mobile, PC. There's still people loving every part of this franchise, no matter how bad it was. And it's sad that it's currently sitting in the waters waiting to be picked up again. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And that's Plants vs. Zombies 3. There's hope for news to come out for that game, and it's something I've been looking at in ages. I have high hopes, because if Plants vs. Zombies 3 is successful, there's a chance for the whole community IP to come back and get second light. I want this series to thrive again and see a second chance, but what do you think? Tell me in the comments down below and share it with me. Do you think that there's hope for this game to ever come back in the next 10 years? Do you think it's dead in the water? Do you think someone needs to save it? Well, let me know. Until then, the most we can do is hope and wish the best for the series. Well, remember to subscribe and help me get to 6,000 subscribers for me to interview a big PvZ creator. Until then, see you next time and goodbye.